Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to create GoHighLevel contact for OptinMonster lead. So are you also using OptinMonster for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I am doing the same, and I wish that as soon as a new lead is received in my OptinMonster account, automatically a GoHighLevel contact should be created with the same details. For this we are going to create a connection between OptinMonster and GoHighLevel. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So in Pabbly we have the concept of trigger and action. For trigger we are going to use OptinMonster, and for action we are using GoHighLevel. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to learn how to create GoHighLevel contact for OptinMonster lead. So to do this, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we'll open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. And now I'm going to click on access now right over here. And now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button which is create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create GoHighLevel contact for OptinMonster lead. And then we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. By this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select our trigger application which is OptinMonster because I want that as soon as a new lead is received in my OptinMonster account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for OptinMonster and then we are going to select it. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new lead. And then it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this URL in order to create a connection between our OptinMonster account and our Pabbly's workflow. So first I'm going to copy this URL and then we are going to open our OptinMonster account. And over here you can see that this is my dashboard because I've already logged in my account. So it is always advised to log in your accounts before starting with the automation. It makes the procedure easy. And now over here you can see that this is the form that I've created. So I'm going to open this form. And in this form, we are going to add the webhook URL. And over here, you can see that this is my form. So I'm going to go on integrations from here. And over here, you can see that I've added some integrations already, but I'm going to add a new right over here. And we are going to scroll, and over here, you can see webhook. So I'm going to open this. And now it is asking me for the webhook. So I'm going to select add new webhook. And now it is asking me for the webhook name and the webhook URL. So I'm going to name my webhook as GoHighLevel. And for the webhook URL, we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow. So we are going to paste this same URL right over here. And then we are going to click on connect to webhook. And yes, you can see that we have successfully added this webhook which is GoHighLevel. And now after adding this webhook, we are going to do a test submission. But before we are going to open our workflow, and over here you can see that this is the proof that we have successfully connected our OptinMonster account with our Pabbly's workflow, that we have received the response of the webhook test. But I wish to receive the response of the form submission. So I'm going to click on recapture webhook response. And over here we are going to do a test submission so that Pabbly can capture the response. So to do this, I'm going to open my form. And over here you can see that this is my form. From here I'm going to go on yes, sign me up. And over here it is asking me for the details. So I'm going to enter the details as this. And now you can see that I've entered all the details, and now I'm going to click on subscribe. And yes, you can see that it is saying you are all signed up. So this means that we have successfully did this test submission. And now we are going back to our workflow and we are going to check that if Pabbly has captured the response of this submission or not. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. Over here you can see the phone number that we entered, the last name, the first name. Over here you can see the email. So with this, our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. So for the action application, I'm going to select lead connector right over here because I want to connect my GoHighLevel GoHighLevel account with Pabbly Connect. And over here you can see lead connector V1 and lead connector V2. So we use lead connector to connect our GoHighLevel account. So I'm going to select lead connector V2 right over here. And I wish that as soon as a new lead is received in my OptinMonster account, automatically a contact should be created in my GoHighLevel account too. For that, we search for lead connector V2. And now for the action event, we are going to select create contact and then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your lead connector or GoHighLevel account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with lead connector V2. And now as you can see that it is asking me to select an account. So I'm going to select my account, which is Pabbly Connect. And as soon as I'm going to select my account, you can see that we have successfully connected our GoHighLevel account or our lead connector account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for some details like first name, last name, full name and email. So we are going to map these details. Mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected OptinMonster as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new lead received. So I'm going to give you an example that if I'm going to enter the first name, suppose demo right over here manually, this will not change with every new lead received because this is a static information. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, it will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping. So over here to map my first name, I'm going to search for it and as you can see demo, so we are going to map it. Same we are going to do for the last name. I'm going to search for last name right over here and as you can see user, so we are going to map it. Same we are going to do for the full name. I'm going to search for name and as you can see first name, last name. So first I'm going to map the first name, put a space and then last name. We are going to move on forward. We are going to do same for the email. So I'm going to search for it and as you can see demo user 2@pabblytudes.com. So I'm going to map it and now it is asking me for the location ID. So I'm going to leave it as blank because this is not a required field. I'm going to map the phone number. I'm going to search for phone and as you can see the number that we entered. So we are going to map it. And now it is asking me for the address, city, state, country and many another details. So as you can see that these are not the required details and I've also not asked these information from my leads. So I'm going to leave it as blank and directly I'm going to move on to save and send test request. So I'm going to click on save and send test request and yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that a new contact has been created in our GoHighLevel with the same details. So I'm going to open my GoHighLevel and then we are going to check that if a new contact has been created or not. And over here you can see that this is the dashboard of my GoHighLevel. From the left side bar, I'm going to go on contacts right over here to check the contact. And yes, you can see a new contact has been created, name demo user. Over here is the phone number that we entered and over here is the email that we entered. So with this, our workflow is successful, but I'll just test the workflow once and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, I'm going to open my OptinMonster form and over here we are going to refresh this page because we want to do another test submission. And then again, we are going to click on yes, sign me up. And again, we are going to enter the dummy details as this. Name test user, email test user 33@pabblytudes.com and this is the phone number. So I'm going to click on subscribe again. And yes, you can see you are all signed up. So this means that OptinMonster sent the details of our submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new contact in our GoHighLevel account too. So I'm going to open my GoHighLevel and check that if a new contact has been created or not. So this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my GoHighLevel account. And from here, I'm going to refresh this contacts page to check that if a new contact has been created with the name test user or not. And yes, you can see a new contact with the name test user. Over here, you can see the phone number that we entered and the email that we entered. Test user 33@pabblytudes.com has been created as a new contact in our GoHighLevel account too. So with this, our workflow is successful and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For our trigger application, we selected OptinMonster and for the trigger event, we selected new lead. For the action application, we selected lead connector V2 and then for the action event, we selected create contact. Because I wanted to connect my GoHighLevel account with Pabbly Connect, that's why we selected lead connector V2. And I wanted that as soon as a new new lead is received in my OptinMonster account, automatically a contact should be created in my GoHighLevel account or lead connector. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here, you can see the 2 contacts I created during this video with the help of my workflow. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.